Yad Vashem comes from the book of Isaiah, and it's really an idiom, and the idiom means a permanent memorial. This museum cuts into the mountain, and if you look at it, it looks something like a scar in the mountain of remembrance. And I think that's what the Holocaust really is in our world. It's this thing, and we're many years afterwards, but we remain with a sort of a scar.
You know, it's a bit shocking as you walk in and you see these massive swastikas.
Yeah, I think
Nazi
it is.
flags.
But again, this is showing you something about what this period is. I mean, you can't just enter it like you enter a swimming pool slowly. You kind of dive into the period.
Where are these bricks from?
Well, this is a recreation of a street called Lezhno Street, which was the main artery in the ghetto, Warsaw Ghetto, the biggest of the ghettos. And these are actual bricks that were used in the streets of Warsaw, along with the tram line that was there.
What do you want people to feel when they start walking into the ghetto?
We want them to have a small feeling, maybe, of what crowdedness is, and when they see the photos around, understand something about the suffering, because if you see the photos around you, you see tremendous suffering, especially of children. We're talking about people. Knowing their names is important. When you see their faces, you understand even more that we're talking about not 6 million somethings. We're talking about 6 million human beings, each with a family, with a background, with something about them that's very human. The suitcases are left with names and addresses and information. Again, it's a personal thing. Who doesn't understand traveling with a suitcase? So they're heart-rendering, these things. When you look at the items and you tie them to the story, you don't need to show photographs of atrocities to understand an atrocity. Things were taken from them again, and shoes. And shoes, okay, shoes look innocuous. What are shoes? But understand whose shoes these were and what happened to the owners of these shoes, and you begin to get something about a feeling of amount, of quantity, of everything that's going on here.
You can touch things here.
Yes,
you can experience things in a different way. What is this?
Well, look in the photograph. This is a camp called Flossenburg, where people were working in hard labor digging out stones, and they were filling carts, right? And this is one of the carts.
There are 1,000 points of proof, 1,000 things that you can experience here to show you a little bit, just a tad of what life was like.
Ultimately, we want people to understand that the Holocaust was caused by people. It wasn't a cosmic event, and it wasn't monsters. It was human beings who were motivated by ideas more than anything else, and they brought about this Holocaust, which means we need to understand what those ideas were, what was motivating them, what brought them into this, because ultimately we want to learn from the Holocaust, from other genocides. How do we go about preventing anything like this from happening to anyone, anywhere else?